Boy K twice, and I'm here with my boy Kevin the Man. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Happy to be
Ex-
here. Excited.
Very excited today. We've got a lot of fun topics and a lot of fun things to kind of discuss. And there's so much going on. And honestly, for the first time in a long time, I am really excited about Upland, and I'm really excited to talk about it. Like, there's a lot of great things that are happening, and I'm gonna say that, like, you're welcome. For just kidding, but it's exciting to see Upland really start to take heed of a lot of things that they have promised a long time ago, but now they're finally starting to deliver, which is amazing. So, without further ado, I want to bring on our guest today because we like to have fun guests, and I wasn't able to be here on our last pod because I was sick. My whole family was sick. It was honestly a nightmare. The stomach flu bug or whatever it was absolutely horrific. And my son, my whole family, it was an absolute nightmare. So anyways, we're excited to bring on our guest this week. Justin Cross, you there, my brother? Come on, let's bring my dude on. There he
Yeah,
is.
sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, brother. How you doing, man?
Dynamite. Glad to celebrate the progress of Upland today.
Oh yeah, man. So hey, where are you living right now? Because you were talking about you're in this luxury apartment, but you are where in abouts?
Yeah, so some of you may have heard of a place called Cebu. It's Cebu. It's an island in the Philippines. So I've been traveling in Southeast Asia for the last 4 years, just training Muay Thai and building my business. And so I've been here for about 4 months, and the internet sucks in this place. I'm moving to another place, so bear with me today. But I'm
That's funny.
glad to be here with y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
no, we're happy to have you, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
excited, man. It's gonna be a fun show. Kev, why don't you kick us off, man? We got a lot to talk about, man. How you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now about Upland?
Oh, well, you know what? I'm super excited. I'm seeing the new updates. One of the best things that we're all witnessing now, and I think the message is coming across clearly, is Upland is starting to communicate more. I mean,
Yes.
they're basically like, even like in X1's videos, I mean, he's out there, he's saying we are communicating, we are, like, I mean, they're taking the message,
Yeah.
and I think that that's the most important part. I mean,
Yeah.
our goal is to continue to grow, see the platform continue to grow and do well, but in order to do that, people need to know what's going on with their money. It's almost like, like if you put a bunch of money in a savings account and you didn't know if there was an interest rate that you were getting back, or you didn't know if there even was an interest rate of any kind, it would be a little alarming. So people want to know what's kind of going on with their money, and and I see it happening now. I definitely see things changing and becoming more positive and more informational. So I'm excited about that. And then the other features that are coming out now. I mean, the features are, I mean, they're starting to roll them out, and they're starting to tell us in advance, and we'll kind
Which
of be
features, Kev?
going
Which
over that.
features? Which features are you excited about?
I mean, I mean, definitely, the property development tool. I think that that's going to be something that really gives more the ability to kind of share the structures that everyone kind of has already. And I am kind of excited to see the way that the store is developing. I think that we needed an overhaul on that.
Yeah,
Uh,
big time.
and then just, I mean, obviously, like Uppies is a motivational mover for all of us. Yeah, it gives us the reasoning to kind of come into the game on a regular basis. Speaking of that, like, we've put a lot of time and spark into the downtown LA area, and the progress has shown. Like, we
Yeah.
came on here months ago, and we
We said
we
we
had,
were gonna do.
yeah,
We said we were gonna do. I mean, we
we
said we are gonna
said
do. We
our
did it.
goal was to get to the top 3,
Yeah.
and we're there.
Yeah.
Like, so we accomplished our goal, and it was nice because like, some of the other nodes that are competing in the census, like they've been around a long time, and
Yeah.
they've been building in those communities for quite some time. So
Yeah.
K Twice and I, we both knew that it was going to be a challenge. but
Yep.
we helped facilitate and kind of get, I mean, along with Phoenix, along with Justin, like we helped facilitate a strategy to become successful, and we accomplished our goal even though we were kind of the underdog the whole
Yeah.
time. So it just goes to show that with teamwork and with communication, you could build something strong. And I mean, we've shown that. Like we were outnumbered by multiple nodes that had been around for quite some time, and we were able to rise up and come to a level where we could outrank them, which is a great
Yeah.
accomplishment. So thank you everyone in downtown LA. I mean, we all did an amazing job there.
Absolutely.
We've shown that, like one of the things we were talking about is, hey, like it's hard to embrace some of the changes that Upland has made, and we are a little skeptical basing it on the activity over the last 4 years. But we wanted to do our part as good players and kind of embrace the uppies and embrace the new changes and do our part to help the community thrive. And we've been able to do that in the downtown LA area, and I'm super excited about that too. So
Yeah.
there are many things, man. I mean, there's so many things to do in Upland for many different players that have different interests. It's good to kind of see things kind of speeding up and evolving in a way where we get
Honestly,
more
bro, I love
participation.
the uppies, bro. I'm an uppie fan, dude. I merged a bunch of them. I bought. I think I'm the only player that bought uppies in the secondary market for like 100,000 uppies. I just bought
Yeah,
like, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them just to kind of support the market, and I wanted to support the uppie system. So I just bought them. I went to the market, bought them for 80, 90, 100,000 uppies, and I'll continue to do so to support the economy because that's what we're
hell
supposed to do, right? That's how we do this.
yeah.
But I still don't know anything about that. But I've got a level 5 uppie, and I'm cool with that. I got one of ones of each level, and I'm gonna keep all of my one of ones of
Nice,
each level, right? And
nice.
I've got some pretty cool ones. I'm like, oh, that one's kind of dope. I'm like, I wonder what they can do and how they integrate with each type of service structure and how we can make more upix. I mean, honestly, that's what we want. We want more gains. We want more margins. We want
Right,
more yields,
right.
right? That's the whole purpose of this shit. So,
Well,
we want to figure that out. And I'm curious your intake. So, what do you think about these uppies and how will they change the economy of this game?
so look, different players, different perspectives. So I don't own one uppie. Like I haven't participated in buying any of the uppies yet. I've been a little busy, like in real life, so I've been accomplishing
Yeah.
some other goals that I've been working on,
Oh yeah.
but I haven't crossed that barrier yet. But again, that just goes to show that multiple people can be doing multiple different things at
Yeah.
one point, which is pretty cool. But I do believe that, I mean, Upland is pretty much displaying and announcing that this is a major part of playing the game now. So
It has to be. Justin, did you get any uppies, bro?
Yeah, I want to tell you guys a little bit about my uppie journey because I have some pretty exciting news.
yeah,
I love that you got a story about it, bro. This is
yeah,
great.
hell yeah,
I love it.
For sure, for
Bring it
sure.
on. Let's go. Let's dive in.
So a couple things, right? Is I'm really long on the level ones long term because I believe that as they
I
keep
like
getting
that.
burned, I think as they get burned, they'll become scarce and they'll only ever be the baby level one generations. So you
Yep.
got to think about a year or two from now. And I'll
Okay.
use a
That's
very,
why I was buying them.
yeah, and I'll use a strange comp like the 2020 NFLPA cards for no reason are like 5, 6, 7 times their original mint price. That whole line of 2020s, right? And so, like, you got to think there's only going to be one of those. And then, guys, I want to just say this because when we created UpFeed as well, a quick note for you, we try to track like big sales. I got an offer I couldn't refuse, and I sold 14 uppies for almost $3.25 million yesterday. So the
Oh, I
wow.
market
love that.
the market's really strong for them, and there was actually
Who
multiple
bought that?
interested. Duo PY3, I think is his name. Super awesome guy. He and I
I
are
love
number one.
it, bro. I love hearing stuff like
Yeah,
that, bro.
that's
That's what
great.
pumps me up.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And then the idea to track is going to be the levels of employment for like where we can use them with the service structures
That's
based
what I
on the
thought. That's why I
psychological.
said
like the psychological age. So like if you have like a level 2 or 3, if that's like an adolescent, will they be able to like work at a nightclub? You know what I mean? I know it sounds ridiculous, but like,
Yeah.
you know, where will Upland kind of swing that pendulum?
That's
And I
kind of
think,
my that's kind of my thing too, because I was curious, like, right, you can't have a two-year-old or two level uppy that's a baby be in a nightclub or even be a server at a restaurant or be at an owner of a hotel or something like that, or
yeah,
be a bank,
and to
something like that.
Kevin's point, like it might be a collector's item thing where like level 2 and 1s might just simply be a standalone collector's item thing long term. And they might introduce more powerful uppies or whatever, rendering the more early generation ones not as utility heavy, but more of a collector's item. But
Yeah,
there's something for everyone there for them. And I think that they're just gonna continue to be an exciting kind of force in the game.
I do. I
And
love it. I
look,
think it's fun too. I wish that I could figure out more. Like I wish this is where I love the communication, and I always say I wish there was more communication. Like I love uppies, I love what they're doing, but I want to know what they're going to do for my service structures because I want to know the value of them right now. And I
yeah,
want people to pay for them and spend money like this do up guy did and I did and I'm doing
Yeah.
and how other people are doing because we do think there is going to be a value to it, but we don't actually
right,
freaking know that. And
Yeah.
I
right.
think that's all that we really want is Upland.
One,
Tell us what that's going to be so we can put a value to this so we can start flipping shit.
yeah.
And the other
And
thing
oh,
too
go ahead.
is we don't want so let's say that there is some sort of value to it, which we all think there will be, but
It better be.
maybe the value of it isn't worth 3.2 million UPX in the future. So what's going to end up happening is a player will come in, they'll buy something, and then let's say that the market gets
Let's just call it an NFL legit.
yeah, let's say the market gets flooded with a bunch of them, and then now, like someone's sitting with something that they can't ever really sell and recoup
Yeah.
on their earnings. So, I mean, that's the flip side of it. Now, is that going to happen? I mean, who knows? Because we just don't know.
Well, one thing I just want to mention that Kevin inspired with me is that when it comes to Dirk being the economist, I think that part of what we're building trust with right now, and we're hoping that it can continue to be on a proper arc of like trust, is they seed excitement from the top down about what's possible and what the stage of things is, which is like these probably have utility, but there's a little bit more trust with transparency for evaluation of the economic factors that they're probably
Exactly.
studying now. They're probably
Yeah.
literally saying how many neighborhoods are organizing, how many uppies are transacting, what's the value of an uppie, therefore how much can we price that in to the
Correct.
overarching utility to keep a
Correct.
healthy economy. And that's exciting
Right.
that like there's some level of trust that like that's going to work itself out without it just being another like hopeful future 1 year, 2 year wait.
Well, the
No,
other
it's a
thing
very good
too
point.
is like with the NFLPA, they had to rely on the NFLPA like continuing the
Yeah.
license agreement with
Yeah.
uppies, like they
Yeah.
are the
Big one.
license agreement. So
Yeah.
I mean, so that's going to make a big change as well. So I think we should move into one of our topics. K Twice, you ready for that?
Bring it.
Okay, so basically, topic number one, like back in 2021, Upland, they talked a lot about decentralization, basically giving players more control of the economy and their assets. Since then, we haven't really heard much about it. Uh, it's not necessarily bad, but it just keeps people guessing all the time. So we're kind of getting to the point where we don't really understand, like how that road is being maintained. Like we see different things like with the mayors kind of coming out, and that put like a bunch of hype, like with what could we do, and it's like we're almost in that trap again, that revolution again, where we're over here wondering like what will the uppies do. But I think these are important things to kind of go over. I mean, it's basically it's not like we're demanding decentralization, but it's about understanding where it all kind of fits in today.
I think that
So
also depends on who's coming into this game and who's looking for decentralization and what is actually decentralization to them. Let's start with that,
yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, so right now, I mean, Upland pretty much controls the core stuff like
right?
structures,
That which is
vehicles, seeds, influence score, uppies, and how they roll out. So it's not necessarily like bad that they're doing it, but I mean, basically, it's like owning a new restaurant or something, and the customers they don't set the menu like on day one. You need to control things to kind of keep things stable, and then but the real question is how long should they really have control of it?
And
well,
just
what is your definition of decentralization? Let's start there. What is your optimal definition of decentralization and specifically according to Upland?
So I mean, decentralization is basically us being in control of the game. And
Hmm.
like K twice, like you went to the meeting, like back in the day in Las Vegas, right?
Genesis, yeah,
And when you went there, like they basically sat you in at the dinner table,
the table,
and
yeah,
they told you that they basically wanted the players to be in control of the game, right? I mean, I'll let you
yeah,
talk to that because you were the one
yeah.
there.
They teased a lot of both, you know what I mean? And you've never really gotten true transparency. And I think that's the that's my problem with it, is I want to know what their objective is. If you're going to control everything, like let's figure out what's going to be the utility in it and why this is going to be more special than anything else. Right. It's got to get to a point of where Upland's like, okay, well, now we know the value of this, and we can't keep throwing more and more things. Right, like you said, we can't keep going back to the NFLPA legits. We can't go back to things that aren't working. We got to do for things that are working and that we can have control of. So, I
Yeah.
do think that that is a good aspect. At least Upland is in containing control of the uppies rather than having to give a percentage to the legits to NFL, right? And
Oh yeah.
licensing that out or something like that. I said since day one that's how they should control this game. But again, you also have to give control to the players too because that's what's making the crypto players happy is decentralization. So how
Right.
do we do that? How do we make everybody happy in both worlds? Because I think there's a place for all of us if we can have conversation, have
Correct.
transparency, have communication. This is what they're saying. Well, cool. Let me have my input. Let me tell you. I mean, I'm no one special, but I think that we've been in this game since day one, and we should have a little bit of say in this if we want to have the players to have
Right.
opinions too. And that's all that we're saying is, hey, we've got some money invested. We've got some pool behind us. We just want to know what you think this is going to be, and what is this going to be in your opinion? Give us at least an idea of what
Sure.
value these uppies are going to bring to these service structures. How much is my level 7? How much is my one of one level 7 going to make me on a yield that's going to be working for a pharmacy that's going to be slinging GLPs? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever.
It's
I mean,
on, brother.
that's the whole point. My little cage twice is out there, bro. What's
yeah,
up? But,
and speaking of that, Kate, something I'd like to ask both the Ks is how do you approach factoring in the idea of the NFTs one day being able to be truly decentralized to then be able to be traded on open markets? Do you feel like that's a relevant part of the whole conversation? Or do you feel like it's less important? It's more important to just talk about in-game control, localized to essentially like the centralized version of decentralization within a closed upland economy versus like, fungible, non.
listen. I'll tell you right now, when this game was the hottest and the most fluid and most profitable was when it was the most reckless and when it wasn't controlled by Upland, when it was controlled by buying off market, buying in crypto, buying off things because it wasn't. It was like, hey, there is a way to maneuver this system, and I'm just being honest because again, I'm not trying to hide anything. That's how that market worked, and the market was manipulated into a way to where it created a value and it created a system that was giving more value to the game because the game didn't control it. It wasn't, they weren't
Sure.
enforcing jail policies. They weren't enforcing this and that. They knew that things were happening off the market, but that was creating the freaking hype. That was creating the profits and the ROI. That was creating the excitement for the big dogs to come in, put their money into a place that they can either hide it or put it into an asset space that can store it for a little while, but get value back out of it. If you cannot get value back out of this game, you're going to lose all the crypto players, all the crypto people in general, right? If you can't find a way to build asset value in this game and to be able to take it out, we're effed.
Well,
Mm.
so I agree with most of the stuff that you're saying,
Yeah.
but here's the caveat to all of that. Like basically centralization is how Upland controls the game. Like in all that
Correct.
being
This is
said,
where
I
I'm
mean,
going with it. Correct.
these guys are I mean, like the two founders of the game, they're very smart, well educated, and they come with a pedigree of information. I mean, they know what they're doing, like
They
so
do,
they're
and I know that's my problem. I know they know what they're doing, and I want to know what they're doing.
exactly. And that's the only
I
thing.
think
That's
that's
the
what really
only
pisses
thing.
me off more than anything.
Yeah, because because in reality, if things would have continued to stay where they were at, if things were being flipped and sold for 3, 5, 10 times the amount, I mean, we've had segments where we've talked about, like is Upland made for a rich player? I mean, imagine like how rich you would have to be. Like,
Yeah,
how could we really attract a new player to come in when everything's being sold for 10, 20 times?
10x. Yeah,
So I mean, so I understand there's a fine line in between, but the reality of it is in order for us to be attractive to where, because it's just a game,
yep,
like in order for someone to want to play, it has to be affordable. So one of the ways that it's affordable is by the things that they're doing to constantly manipulate the market. Because I remember
yeah,
back in the day,
yeah.
back when
Correct.
Oakland came out. Remember, like they came out with like a new announcement, basically saying that they're not happy with the way that the return on investment is basic, like the amount that properties are being sold for. They're being sold for too much, and they were going to do something to change it. I mean, do you remember that
I
announcement,
do.
Case? Yeah,
I do.
that was
Yeah,
crazy. So I
and
mean,
Yep.
it might
and
it
they
might
did
also
it. They did it.
and it could also be a compliance thing with, like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but SEC, because one thing that we've been fairly insulated about is that the crypto price, like with Sparklet, hasn't been incredibly correlated. Like we haven't seen like a 30% drop along with Bitcoin. So there's some good controls on the actual economic forces. Like if you notice, the game is somewhat insulated against macroeconomic forces. So there's something to be said for a controlled economy that should be acknowledged, from the top down, if you
I
will.
agree. That's why there's got to be a combination of both worlds. It has to be.
Exactly.
I've been saying that there's got to be a combination of it. I couldn't
And
put my
and
finger because
and
I'm not in that
like,
element, but
it's
I
like
know that there has to be.
yeah, and to your point, transparency would be key. If they were like, "Hey, everyone, just so you know, we
Yep.
wish we could pop the lid off it and have you guys get 10x's, but here's what's going to
Yeah.
open up. Yeah, he's going to be knocking on our door in 1 week, calling us a crypto scam.
Yep.
Therefore,
Yeah,
this is what we're doing. A
That
roadmap.
is X1's job right there. That is exactly what I'm saying. That's the
exactly.
type of transparency that we should be getting from X1 right there. That is perfectly said, and that's exactly what we would want. We'd be like, okay, hell yeah, we get that. We're with that. We rock with you. We'll ride with that. Let's keep spending our money. We trust
So
you. We believe in you. We're behind you.
hell
Let's
yeah,
go.
let's go. So I mean, I think the real question is like what's really bothering people. I don't think that it's that Upland is in control. It's the fact that nobody knows really what the plan is. We've spent a lot of money and effort building our portfolios, but we still don't know what this stuff will actually do. So, like that's where I kind of see this kind of going, like. And the other thing too, like I put a lot of thought into this. Like I was kind of DMing Justin a lot about this. We were kind of going over it, left and right, like why do these features move so slowly, like, and I really tried to think of it from the founder's perspective, like what makes them like not just throw these features out. But after kind of thinking about things, I mean, geez, blockchain is permanent, like
Yeah.
once something goes on the blockchain, you just can't change it.
Yeah.
There's no oops, like, let me fix this, like,
Yeah.
so, like, imagine if Upland actually put a feature together and it messed up the property values permanently. That, I mean, that would destroy the trust for the player, like, like, so when it does feel slow and it does feel like Upland's not, like changing things the way that we want it, it can definitely feel frustrating, but it's kind of like building a house, you'd rather build the foundation first so
How
you
long
don't
did
have
X1 say it was going
to
to take to
later
build that house when you came back?
at 3 years. So I mean, really, the problem is in
I'm just playing.
uncertainty, man. That it's
I
just
love X1, by the way. For
uncertainty.
personal, I love X1. I love everybody. I love Upland. I love all of our community, and that's it. I just love
I
everybody.
know
That's
you
all I know.
do. I
I
mean, hey,
do.
they gotta
Yeah,
have
and
a sense of humor. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
know. That's what I'm saying. They gotta laugh. They gotta be laughing
Yeah,
at this. They know they love us, and because they know, like, we're gonna come bring it for our community no matter what. That's the one thing is, hey, they can be, whatever about our constructive criticism, but at the end of the day, they love the crap out of us, dude. They know that we're doing a great thing for Upland. We're doing a great thing for our community, and we just want it to grow.
yeah,
And they're sitting back laughing at us too. You know what I mean? They're sitting there. They're making X1's probably making jokes about me right now under his.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean, dude?
I
And
mean,
I
look,
and I'm here for it.
it's all part of the plan. I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about it, this is a social experience right here.
Yes.
This is experiment, excuse me, and an experience. But I mean, like Justin was saying earlier, I mean, they're fishing.
Yeah.
They throw the hook out and they see who bites at what, and then basically they changed. I mean, at least we hope that that's what's going on, and
Yeah.
then they change their
I think
tactics
it
and
is.
change things around, like, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one of the other things that we were kind of thinking about, like every time that Upland opens up a new city, it adds more properties, but it basically it doesn't mean that it basically holds our other properties from going up fast,
That's
like
what it's
going
at for sure.
but I mean, again, like what would be the negative to that if they weren't doing it? Then we wouldn't be able to bring any new players in. Like it wouldn't be attractive to them. Like
Correct.
so I mean, I think that when it comes down to it, Upland, they're making the right call. But when it comes to the communication, like it would just be simple for them to come out and say, look, we know that a lot of players are concerned about this, but
Yeah.
these are the reasons why we're doing it. Like we're
Yeah.
flooding Upland with multiple properties every time that we see a property being sold at Mint X
Uh,
because it's no longer affordable for the average player to come in and be a part of the system. And our goal is to have 1 million players logging in and out every day. I mean, that would be nice to hear.
yeah. It'd be nice to hear anything, just communication, you know what I mean? And I love hearing the updates and I love seeing other things. I guess maybe that's our job too. Maybe as, Upland influencers or whatever you want to call us, or just shit talkers, I don't know. Yeah, have fun. We're having fun with this, and maybe that's our job too, is to continue to bring exposure and awareness. And I think they're aware of that too. And that's why I think they know that what we're doing is a good thing. We still want to bring awareness to Upland. And the first thing that's going to happen is if something stupid comes out, we're going to come here, we're going to talk about it. But if something great comes out, we're gonna
Yeah.
come out here, we're gonna
yeah,
freaking talk about it, and we're gonna be so pumped up about it, and we're gonna spread so much positivity because it's gonna be an amazing thing for all of Upland and for all of community. And that's our goal, is to
yeah,
build all
and
of our portfolios, baby. That's it.
Yeah.
Together.
yeah, and keep in mind to that point. I just want to make sure everyone listening gets this clear invitation that through Upland Revival, there's a Discord called UPFeed. And the relevance of that is it is a curated feed of how we are winning
Love it.
individual as players right now. They are snapshots of real players submitted profitable deals in Upland. The relevance of that is this is a proof positive everyday flow of where big deals are happening, and you can log those, and it's in Discord if you want to get an invite or whatever. But the point would be that we're also trying to
Yep.
curate where we can document some level of growth, because to the case point, there isn't a clear trajectory of growth in Upland. Here's an actual visual depiction of what's happened with USD to UPX ratios from day one, right? And now we're all the way down from remember the old days when it was like, oh man, it's less than 50% for US, and now it's down to whatever it is, 18, 19, 20, whatever. And so we know that's happening. We also know that if you're selling bigger properties, it's typically from a whale to a whale. And we already know like the top 20 names that are buying that property. That's not a sustainable business model, right? And so then you have these brand new economic forces like uppies that create lopsided revenue opportunities, but it's still selling to the same small few, like, consolidated players that have the withal. Because no brand new player is
So
going to throw down
that's what I'm trying to say
$1,000.
is without understanding, we have to still incentivize new players. I've been saying that since day one, and we got to find new things to create the desire and the need to create that marketplace, even at a lower level. A lower entry level creates mid-level, mid-level creates greater level creates whale level. And I mean, that will create super whale level. And I'm just telling you, when we get to a super whale level and we get all the way back down, and we've got millions of just regular fun players that are just having fun, not looking at this as an investment, because that's what they say they're doing, which is bullshit.
That's what they
but
want.
This is but that's what they want. But that's what we really want. We want all the millions of players to play for fun, to play for uppies, and to play for growth, and to play for that. That is absolutely what we want. But we also want the super whales with the whales, the mega whales, and the just regular people that are having pay to play, that want to have a name in the game, that want to have some skin in the game, that want to put their assets into a place that's going to gain value. Again, when people bring in their crypto, the reason why, because they want to bring assets into asset space that's going to gain value. If we cannot show value, you're not going to have the big mega crypto whales, which I know that we could have because they're there and they want to come in. They need a place for value so bad.
Well, they were there when it was running wild, wild west.
I know. That's what I said. That's what I was saying.
The economy was rocking, I mean, and people had more disposable income monthly. I mean, people were definitely taking advantage of it. So I mean, basically, even if you look at Sparklet, on paper, Sparklet is like a great design. The tokenomics, the structure, the incentives. But I mean, really, here's the thing. I mean, a good design doesn't guarantee a good outcome. What actually matters is how people use it. You can build the best reward system in the world, but if nobody participates the right way, the value leaks out. So, I mean, this is the same pattern across all of Upland with structure, seeds, influence. The design sets the stage, but the player behavior writes the story. Design matters, but behavior decides whether the value sticks or leaks. So, I mean, that's something to really kind of grasp on, and if we're going to utilize Sparklet to the best of our ability, like we need to have a clear road of what to expect from our Sparklet.
Well, hold on. Don't get me all started and hopped up on Sparklet, because that's for next week, bro. We're gonna have a banger show next week, because I have some really big things I want to actually announce. But we're gonna wrap it up for today because we got to get going here. But before we wrap up, because we have so much to talk about, dude. There's so many topics, but I want to finalize our 1 million UPX giveaway, right? Let's talk about that real quick and the details, because this is a really important thing that we want to put out there. And we do this a lot. We're going to give away literally 1 million UPX, you guys, literally giving away. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's $1,000 USD. I don't know. You know what I mean? If you're buying it in the shop.
So if you haven't already, go and view the video, and it details out everything. It was our couple weeks, maybe a week ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it kind of gives the details. I mean, basically, it's participation based. Like part of the there's two different giveaways. We're doing 500,000 to any player that meets a certain criteria. You can learn more about it on the video, or you can join our Discord channel. Part of it is submitting an UPFeed. We want it to be a positive experience.
Yes, very much.
We want to share positive flow through the community, and one of the ways that we're doing that is through UPFeed. We've partnered up with Justin. Justin brought this idea to the table.
I love it.
Go in, check it out, submit your first UPFeed, and let everyone know like how you're doing good. So like we're basically we've
We
got
want positivity too. We want positivity and profits, and we want to show that there is activity in Upland. And I think it's so important that people see that too. Numbers are good, and good numbers are even just it's a good thing to see other players continue to play, because there is a big playership.
yeah.
We just need that to grow, and the more that we can get people involved and see that there is action in Upfeed, they're going to get more action. The more action we can
Oh
showcase, the more
yeah.
action people are going to be involved with.
Well, one of the nice things about it is you can look at some of these submissions and you can say, hey, how can I adapt my skills to be more like this? And then, like Upland, very friendly community. So if you
Yeah.
see that someone actually did a submission and it's something that interests you, you can reach out to that player and say, hey, like how did you do this? Like how can I do it? Because I mean, there's a lot of transactions going on throughout the day, and we
Yeah.
could miss some of the most important ones to people. So
Yeah, I only want to jump in for literally
go
20
for it.
seconds to tell you a fun about that. And I'll just say it so quick because y'all laugh. I didn't even know there was a thing called purple seeds in this game, but on Upfeed, somebody had one of the biggest
I just
bangers.
learned that
It's like a
today.
map. It was about it's like purple seeds, and I was like, what's purple seeds in Upland? Maybe I need to like learn about it. So if you're a new player, you're gonna pick up on killer ideas from real
Exactly.
Smart.
players making real.
What are purple seeds, real quick, bro? There's like, I mean, that's some THC type
Well,
stuff, or what are we talking about here?
I mean, again, we don't really know the utility behind it. It kind of goes back to what we've been
Again,
talking about.
I mean, I ain't even heard
I
of
mean,
purple seed, bro. Is that
but
like,
we are.
a precursor to
I
the
know.
eggplant emoji?
Yeah, I down
But
another.
but you're a brand new. But imagine if you're a brand new player and you become aware that you can flip a
Yeah,
seed.
right.
Maybe that's where they can outpace a whale, because a brand new player can be like, okay, I need to
Agree.
focus on what's hot right now. This just happened right now. Like uppies, real quick. A new player could have bought a pack of uppies and 5x that
Yeah,
mug with zero time. $50, 8 uppies. You just had to win the luck of the
That's it.
draw for being in the registration. Let's be clear. Upland created a way for you to 3, 5, 10x in the last 30 to 60 days. That's a big deal. And I'm trying to do my part to document as much of this as
Love that,
possible
bro.
so that we can navigate the
yeah,
complex metaverse, so new players have a trajectory to be like, okay, there's a way. If I
yeah.
stick around and I get a return
But see,
on
that right there is just
gameplay.
another thing to help entice new players that Upland should be coming up with on their own accord. But I'm thankful that we are helping out doing something like this. Again, this is why Upland has to love us, because we are only trying to help grow the game and do things and work on
Exactly.
things that are helpful. So again, I appreciate this very much. And I'm glad to partner with Justin. I'm glad to have you on here today, bro. We're hoping to have you on more often, man. I just love your energy, bro. Literally, I just,
Same.
we're gonna have a lot of fun here. And again, guys, we're gonna be doing some great giveaways, some great fun things. So stay tuned. We're gonna be making a lot more bigger announcements. They're gonna be coming very shortly. But hey, we're here to help evolve Upland and help it grow. And as you know, all the things that are all the positive, great things that are happening and showcasing in Upland, we just want to showcase all of it. We want to figure out what's going on, what to make this better, how to make this grow, how to get this optimized, how to make this the best metaverse in the entire universe, and so that everyone in this entire world plays it. We all have fun, we all make money, and we all live in the metaverse and Upland the metaverse, dude. So
Yes.
appreciate you
So
guys. Kevin, any closing thoughts, buddy?
yeah. So closing thoughts. If you want to be involved in the contest, basically the contest ends 30 days from when it started. So the day that that video came out, 30 days will be the ending of that. The winners will be picked by me and Kay twice. There's no magic wheel that's going to be turned around. Nothing like that. We're gonna go through. We're gonna read the up feeds. We're gonna do
I
our
love
part.
it.
Look at the submissions. We're gonna look at the new players and kind of what their goals are, and we are going to decide who we want to be the winner of these rewards. So go and submit your submissions and do whatever the rules are. Go learn about it, because we want you to win. I've
Yeah.
had many new players kind of come up to me and they're like, "Hey, just let me win, just let me win," and I'm like, no, we're not going to just let someone win. Like, you have to do your part. You have to go
Yeah.
out and actually do the tasks And once you do those things, you qualify, and if you're qualified, then you have the opportunity to win. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
other than that, man, we're glad that we could help the community. We're glad that we could put this together. And if anyone wants to reach out to us or join us in downtown LA, like we're there, and we're rocking, and we're going to keep moving forward. So thank you,
Yep.
everyone.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Love you all, and we'll see you in